That was a long conversation.
Hey, it's all good. How you, man?
Good, you?
Can't complain. I got a new job.
I know, I saw that.
Yes, I will be talking about it in the podcast. I will talk to you. I sent you the message yesterday. So if I can see if they can make the do the logo,
Mm-hmm.
and we can go from there. Maybe do some bumper stickers, stuff like that too.
Hang on, just trying to get my shit back. Right. There we go. All right, let me just do a run through check. I already
Yep.
posted it everywhere, so once I'm done with that, we can go ahead and start.
Roll into it.
Um, check 1 2, check 1 2. Ryan, go ahead, buddy.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
All right, we're good to go whenever, buddy.
Oh, let's go.
You all good? You already used the
Yeah.
bathroom and all that?
Yeah, bathroom's already done. We're ready to rock and roll.
Sweet, sweet. Let me put my phone there so I make sure it charges. You gonna stay charging for me? Thank you.
That's right. Get the sheet up.
Let me know when you're ready, buddy.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
All right, roll an intro.
Let's go.
Gentlemen, start your engine! I guess I'm out of
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for the first time in almost 2 months now to the Lugs podcast. I'm your host AJ. With me as always, with a big smile on his face, is Ryan. What's going on, Ryan?
What's going on, AJ? How the hell are you?
I am great, buddy.
Minus the air conditioning business. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Welcome to the summers in Florida, man. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just, I guess we can get into that a little bit now because there's going to come points on this show where we're going to just have to take little breaks here and there because, you know, both of us can't, due to work reasons, you know, just can't do it every week. So there could be more of that this year for the next couple of weeks, but, you know, once we get into the cooler months of like September and October, November, like, I mean, that's when it really starts cooling down. I'll start slowing down. I don't know about your job, Ryan, but
Oh, I just started for those that don't know. I thought I might have posted it on the podcast page. I don't know, but I started a new job this past Monday. It's a sign company. They deal with signs like stop signs, any street signs. They do a lot of banners for graduations. They do shirts as well. So we might have something. I'm going to try to talk to my boss here. You know, I want to get my feet wet in the door first, but we may, slim chance, get some merch out, whether it be bumper stickers or possibly even shirts. Like I said, I gotta talk to my boss, see what they can do, what they can't do, but yeah, I started on Monday. I do shipping and receiving, basically whatever they need done around the shop. So I've been doing that now. Today was my fourth day, and absolutely love it.
well, cool things are definitely ahead. Good to hear you're having fun with your new job.
That's right.
Um, yeah, just a lot of things going on right now, man.
Oh yeah.
It's been a little crazy, been a little hectic. We haven't been
I
back
think,
since the Pocono doubleheader. That's the last
yeah,
time or before the Pocono doubleheader.
yeah, because we were getting ready to do the Indy race. We didn't. I know we didn't talk about that, and I was wanted to talk a little bit about that, but maybe switch it up a little bit in my rant segment.
Yeah. So how things been for you, Ryan? What
Uh,
else has been new besides the job?
the job's good. Logan's doing awesome. My father-in-law had some surgery done. I think it's been about a week and a half. He had his gallbladder removed, but part of his liver was connected to his gallbladder, and so they had to do like emergency surgery on him, and then he had the surgery done. They sent him home. He ended up getting a fever. He was starting to have a reaction to the surgery, but he was back in the hospital. He just got home today. He seems in good spirits from what the missus said. So hopefully he gets back to recovery here soon, so he can see his grandson again.
Yeah, well, that's could be better, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah, but other than that, I mean, like I said, he seems to be in good spirits from when the wife talked to him. But yeah, like I said, other than that, just kind of taking it easy, watching a little bit of playoff hockey, which is weird without the fans in the stands, that's for sure.
You know what's back? You know what's back? Sports. Sports are back. Oh my gosh.
But are we at a desk when we watch sports?
What's that?
I said, are we at a desk when we watch sports?
Yeah, it's sports at a desk, you lunatics.
Yes, we always got to throw in the go to the last enforcers.
Man, I tell you what, the Bruins have been lackluster, and this is, as you can see from my hat right now, I've been watching a ton of Yankees baseball since the start of baseball. Such a fun team to watch this year. I mean, I've been a Yankee fan my entire...
Stanton and Judge are killing the ball.
Yeah, I've been a Yankee fan actually my entire life, as most all of you know. And I gotta say, this has been so far a really fun season. I know there's no fans. I know it's like missing a lot of it, but this is what the team should have been years ago. And I think the addition of Garrett Cole has really, really cemented that.
Oh, I have to agree with you on that.
And I love Aaron Boone as manager.
And I hate to admit it, I said I wasn't going to watch any baseball, but I watched opening day with the Tigers and saw them lose 7-1 or something like that. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be
mid-season form.
And I'm like, oh, we're in mid-season form, and then they started winning, and then they won a few here, they lost a few here. They're playing competitive baseball, and then they were supposed to play the Cardinals this weekend, but due to the Cardinals and
there was also supposed to be a Field of Dreams game that never happened too. So
yeah. But some of the cases, so they didn't play this week. I think they play tomorrow, or they're supposed to play tomorrow.
Like. The bubbles have been cool. The NBA, I thought, has done it pretty well with the fans zoomed in the background. Man, baseball, that's just so weird seeing those cardboard cutouts.
I kind of laugh at the cardboard cutout.
At first, I loved it. At first, I absolutely loved it. And now it's like, this is creepy. It just feels like they're staring at me.
They had Steve Bartman in one.
They put Steve Bartman at the Cubs game on the left field foul line.
I thought that was kind of funny. So, but yeah, like you said, AJ, I think the bubbles for hockey and for the NBA are working. I don't know. Does the NFL take this under advisement before they start their season?
No, not necessarily, because the NFL now how there is travel in the NFL, there's not as much as say baseball, basketball, the NBA. You're not traveling every day to a different city or
it's
whatever.
Once a week.
It's once a week, and I was listening to someone explain it today. You fly in on a Saturday evening, stay at the hotel, do your walkthrough, go to bed, wake up, go to the stadium, fly out.
Basically, what the drivers are doing in the Cup Series, they don't get to the track until the day of the race. It's going to be a little bit different, I do believe, this weekend at Michigan. I think they're going to stay there, haulers in the infield, obviously social distancing, so...
But, the NFL can actually get away with it a little bit easier, I think, than, let's say, baseball, who we've seen go through... I mean, you expect this with baseball. Not so much whole teams getting it and them having to cancel games, but you expect there to be cases there because they're not in a bubble environment. There was, up until, I believe, yesterday, a little bit of leniency on what you could and couldn't do. Now it's really strict.
Mask in the dugout now. I've seen that.
Yeah, there's a lot of new things that were just mandated in the last 24 hours for baseball that I think kind of gives it a little bit of a bubble aspect. And hold on, this little update thing just popped up on my computer and it's really irritating now.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, we'll do that. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, baseball is on the right track to kind of creating like a mini bubble environment while still doing their travel and all that. And I've got to say, the 7-inning doubleheader's been really nice.
Tigers had that on Sunday. We had a little weather here in Detroit, a little bit of rain, which was much needed Saturday and a little bit Sunday. And yeah, 7 innings, not too bad. I didn't mind it.
The extra innings with a runner starting on second, don't mind it. Makes it quicker. You don't have those 20-inning games where you burn through the bullpen and then you have to come back the next day at noon. You know, like
there's one rule I like a lot, and I don't know if you're going to agree with me on this, but it's the bullpen. When a bullpen pitcher comes in, he has to face a minimum 3 batters. I love that rule. You can't have that special lefty come in anymore to face, for example, a guy who always was
Can I cut you off? Screw an opener. Screw an opener. It's the stupidest thing ever. Let's have one guy start off the game, and then we're going to bring in another guy to finish the game.
Yep.
Like what? Oh.
But I like
Nerds
that
are
rule.
ruining this game.
Yep. The minimum 3 batter rule. I like that for a bullpen.
Screw openers. That's the dumbest thing in baseball. I mean, among other things, it's just really dumb. I'm waiting for Tony to give me a response on that in the chat to see what he thinks of that. What do we got for a hockey update right now, Ryan? Anything going on?
The Hurricanes moved on.
Hurricanes beat the Rangers.
I'm not surprised that was a sweep. I mean, Carolina looks good. And you know what's funny too is that Carolina rocked both Mrazek and Reimer. They put Reimer in game 3. The head coach, I think it's Brendan Moore is their coach. I'm not sure, but he's like,
it's Rob.
We've been running a 2-goalie system all year. Why change it for the playoffs?
Well, because it's Peter Mrazek, but that's okay.
I mean, yeah, we know how good Peter Mrazek is.
Hey, I'm going to sweep my desk off real quick.
Yep. Boston, I think they're trying to see if they can face the Leafs in the next round. So.
Hold on. First off, hi, Patrick. Thank you for joining us here in the chat.
What's up, Pat?
Let's talk about some Bruins hockey real quick. And you know what? While I do this, let me turn my hat backwards real quick.
AJ Rant.
No, because we're just going to hide the NY real quick. Because it doesn't feel right talking about Bruins hockey while wearing a Yankee hat. All right. I heard them going into this with a mindset of, we don't care about our seeding. We're just going to treat these as preseason games. That's not the attitude I want heading into what could be, what is a playoff series in a sense, in this seeding round. Like, it really irritates me that that's their mindset going into it. I think Tuukka still has his head up his rear. With the hurting himself doing box jumps, hurts his hand doing box jumps, then has the sniffles, so he put it in on the app and flash red lights to the point where he had to quarantine for 2 days. I think he's still in that mindset of Game 7 of last year during the Stanley Cup playoffs. You get blanked 4-1 by Columbus to start exhibition play. Then you go play the Flyers and just look like shells of yourselves, losing 4-1.
I'm going to cut you off right there. I think Philly's one of the teams to beat in the East. I watched their game a little bit today against the Capitals, and those boys look hungry, but go ahead.
And then you play Tampa yesterday, where in the first period, you just look like you don't belong there, like you should be playing in this freaking play-in tournament that's going on. And then the second and third periods happen, which were like a breath of fresh air, like, oh my God, this is actually Bruins hockey. This is how we play. Still lost on a rebound that Tuukka lets up from the blue line to Tyler Johnson coming down center ice to put it in the back of the net to win with a minute left in the game. But the physicality was there. The skating was there at the end of the game. So I don't know what to think. Best we could be is a 3 or a 4 seed. So we're either playing Carolina, Pittsburgh, and I don't know who else.
I actually think they want to try to face Toronto.
I don't think it can happen with the way, because we're either the 3 or the 4 seed. I think Toronto would play either Tampa or Washington.
Oh, okay.
Or I'm sorry, Tampa or Philly. Regardless of that, the Habs are beating Pittsburgh, so you know somehow they're going to squeak their way in, and that just spells doom for the Bruins when it comes to the playoffs against Montreal, because for some reason they can't beat them other than 2011. It's been a long couple days of hockey.
I mean, I hate the fact though that Dave and I were talking because we were talking last night a little bit on Xbox, and the Hawks game starting at 9:50 his time, 10:50, here Hawks and Oilers series, and him and I are talking. I'm like, this is dumb. This is dumb right here for the NHL. You have all these games going on in this hub city. Why not have one of the round robin games? To me, the round robin doesn't mean anything. They're one of those four teams are quote unquote the home team, even though what's the difference now? They get
Bruins
to wear
waste a President's Trophy win to be the top seed in the playoffs
Yeah,
for
exactly.
this, but it doesn't. Seeding doesn't matter here in the sense of home ice doesn't matter because you're not on any home ice. And the only thing that helps is last change, which is a proven thing, doesn't help or doesn't make a big deal anymore in hockey like it used to.
Nope. But yet there's stars like Connor McDavid, Patrick Kane, Jonathan Taves, Leon Draisaitl. I'll still call Duncan Keith one. On at 10:50, Eastern time. Are you serious? Why not put that game on at 8:00 or even earlier in the afternoon? I don't know. I didn't get it.
Good transition to the fact that we are a racing show, so let's get into some NASCAR. Ryan, what do you say?
Yeah, let's go NASCAR.
All right, let's get into some gas and go here. We are recapping one race this past weekend, New Hampshire.
Yes.
Gotta say, not a bad race.
No, not for New Hampshire. I enjoyed it. I was telling Sarah too after the national anthem to hear the crowd, and it's like all right, it's things are starting to get a little bit back to normal. And then when the engines fired, you heard them again, and then during the victory burnout, you seen them again, and I'm like, all right, I like it. And for
I think it's the
Hampshire
first time
race,
that Brad Keselowski got a chant for his name.
Yep.
Brad Keselowski winning a Lobstah.
A lobster.
In this whole thing. Fun fact, there's a restaurant by me called Lobstah.
Lots of lobster.
Lotsa Lobstah. Lobstah.
Nice. I don't eat seafood, so
I've never been there. Honestly, don't even know if it's still around. It was around a couple years ago here. I've not checked since.
Yeah. I'm not. See, like I said, I'm not a seafood guy. Are you a seafood eater?
I am, in the sense of it depends. I'm a picky seafood eater. I can eat fish naturally. I'll eat shrimp, clams, mussels, those kinds of things. But there's some seafood that I don't eat.
I've had crab legs. I mean, I thought those were decent.
Crab's great. I don't eat lobster. I'll tell you that.
I tried lobster once. Sarah and I went to Red Lobster, and luckily they got a chicken platter I had. But
Ryan goes to Red Lobster, gets a chicken platter.
I don't. Oh, and their biscuits.
You should have got chicken of the sea.
I did. But yeah, and I tried a little bit of Sarah's lobster. It's rubber. I'm like, how do people eat this? Anyways, back to what we're saying about the race.
This is gonna be a shorter gas and go this week because there's a lot of news to go over. So, speaking of everything that's going on, Brad Keselowski gets the win.
Yep.
Great battles all day with KB, Kyle Busch, KFB, now that he's known as. I'm sorry, Denny Hamlin. Sir, Denny Hamlin. I had Kyle Busch on the brain because on lap 2, was it, Ryan?
Yeah, he brushed the wall.
Lap 2, brushes the wall, completely tears up the right side of the car, and ends up hitting the wall in the next corner, taking himself out of the race. Finishing last, too, which is a rarity for Kyle Busch. And if you're a Kyle Busch fan, are you worried?
No, because I think you got tricks coming up that he's good at. I know he said a couple weeks ago that the reason why him and his team aren't getting it right now is because of the lack of practice. And I understand, but all 38, 37 guys out there are in the same predicament as you. But like I said, if you're a Kyle Busch fan, I don't think you worry. I think his points are good enough to get him into the playoffs. Whether he gets that elusive win to make sure he gets in, I still think his points are good enough for him to get in.
I think his points are good enough to get him in. Ryan, if he keeps going on this pace, he's out in after the first round. If it keeps going the way it's going right now. Looking back to last year, given the same amount of races, he already had 4 wins, a ton of playoff points. He didn't get his first stage win until last weekend.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with that guy right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but
I mean, and you could even say
Busch fans, it's nice to see for once.
You can even say the practice time might be affecting him. But even going back to, Daytona finished 34th, Las Vegas 15th.
Mm-hmm.
Had a second at Fontana and a third at Phoenix, and the break happened, and then it's just been brutal. A second place finish, 2 fourths, another second, and then 29th, 19th, 32nd, 38th, 21st, 11th, 38th. Like,
has the struggle since they've come back from the break as a guy who was doing great before the break, Joey Logano.
Yeah, I mean, doing great before the break's so hard to say because there's only 3 races, but
2 wins. Joey had 2 wins.
So, Kyle last year led 1,500 laps. He's led 200 this year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's just a tale of 2 seasons for that crew.
Yeah, it is, and it's interesting to see if he and when he does bounce back, if the wins start coming like we're accustomed to seeing with Kyle.
And besides Denny Hamlin, it's kind of been Joe Gibbs as a whole, almost.
No show.
I mean, Truex has a couple wins, or 1 win.
1 win, and that was at Martinsville. The night race at Martinsville.
I'm not used to seeing this from Joe Gibbs these last couple of years. You've become accustomed to them dominating week in and week out, and it's just Denny Hamlin's been it. I mean, granted, Hamlin's up to what, 5 wins?
Yeah, I think so. 5 wins, yep.
So, I don't know. They got a lot to do to turn it around, I think, and they have definitely lots of work to do if they want to make it past the first round of the playoffs. It just feels so weird saying that.
Yep. Well, you got to think. You got 2 races this weekend at MIS. Not 400 miles. They're like 156 laps, I think. Even though they're still calling it the Firekeepers Casino 400, Consumers Energy 400, and then you have the Cup Series at Daytona with the road course, Dover
doubleheader. Yeah,
the Dover doubleheader. And then you got Daytona, which is that the cutoff? Yeah, that's the cutoff race.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is.
Yep. So he's got some tracks that he does win at. He's won at MIS a couple times. Dover. The Daytona road course is going to be challenging for everybody, I think.
Taking the 9 in that one.
Oh, yes.
Become a road course specialist.
I bet you he's mad that they're not going to Watkins Glen this year.
I don't know. What if he wins Daytona? Because it doesn't really matter.
I don't care. It's a road course.
Moving on here, the 42 wrecked but brought out a caution, 3 times? 4 times?
Yep. And Junior's reaction is great. Oh, we got another car in the wall. Oh, it's 42 again. I'm like,
not a good day for Matt Kenseth.
No.
He ended up checking out the race early. John Hunter Nemechek had a heavy impact with the wall there. A little bit later on, after Kenseth got out, there was a moment on track, Ryan, between the 48 and the 14. 48 gets spun around, and I was scrolling Twitter during this, and I saw Jimmy Johnson. Does the 14 have a spotter, or who the hell's the 14 spotter? Or something
man.
That. I was just dying.
Jimmy did recover though from that spin though.
He did. Led the race late.
Yes, he did.
Just couldn't pull it off. There was a point where Chase Elliott, who was mired back in 15th most of the day, was leading at one point with like 90 to go, and I was like, wait, what?
What?
And then he pit, and I was like, damn. But
yeah, very impressed with Tyler Reddick still.
Yeah, I still don't know. Cole Custer has to be rookie of the year at this point, having a win, but
Oh, that pass at Kentucky. Yeah, was it Kentucky? Yeah.
I guess consistency-wise, it's been Tyler Reddick.
Oh, yeah.
But
Good rookie class. Even John Hunter Nemechek, And this is what they were saying, too. Like, these underfunded teams with no, everybody getting no practice. Look at, like I said, the underfunded teams. Who was the... Stenhouse had 14th with JTG Doherty. They're kind of an underfunded team. But yeah, hold on. John Hunter Nemechek, unfortunately, like you said, he crashed this race. But prior races, top 10s, top 15 finishes, up in the top 10 most of the day. And that's why I kind of like the no practice.
yeah, but I'm glad it's only for this year.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And I still stand by this. I really think you need to
qualify for the playoff races.
You need to qualify for the playoff races, but these guys need some time to get these cars prepped on the weekend. You can't plan for how the car is going to race on the track in a race shop. It's only something you can do after running several laps on the track itself to find out how it's really going to affect the car. And I know a lot of people like, oh, well, this is kind of like short track racing at your local tracks. Well, yeah, but they also get hot laps. They also get practice laps to make adjustments. So it's really not like that. It's kind of... Go ahead.
Even IndyCar, the race I've watched pretty much the majority of the IndyCar races this year, but they're getting like a 20-minute practice or a half-hour practice session before the race, all in the same day.
Yeah. If you want to do like a half-hour practice session or like a 25 lap, you get 25 laps to figure it out. Whether you want to split that up however you want to. I think there needs to be just a little bit of practice.
Yeah, it could be like the day of the race. Do it the day of the race, like early morning, first practice. There you go. But yet
have different practices. I mean, if you want to like kind of keep this to a minimum of how many people are going around at the same time.
Yep.
Quarter of the field or half the field go out here. The rest come out here, and then the others come out here. There's ways you can do it.
Yeah, how they're doing the qualifying was the top 12 have 12 go out, then the next set, and the next set, and the next set, and there you go. There's your practice.
Yeah. No, that's how I think it should be. And the quote, by the way, was, "Does Boyer have an effing spotter?" That was the quote I was looking for. Your stage winners this one. First stage, Jay Hamlin. Second stage is Brad Keselowski. Race winners, Brad Keselowski. Top 5, Keselowski, Hamlin, Truex, Logano, and Harvick. Your standings following the
New Hampshire.
Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, Martin Truex Jr., Alex Bowman, Austin Dillon, Cole Custer, Eric Almirola, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Clint Boyer, William Byron, and Matt DiBenedetto would be your final playoff driver if things shake up the way they are right now. And just run down to the Xfinity Series playoff standings too while we're here. Briscoe, Cindric, Gregson, Burton, Jones, Haley, Allgaier, Chastain, Annette, Sieg, Herbst, and Brandon Brown. And your Truck Series standings right now: Austin Hill, Grant Enfinger, Sheldon Creed, Matt Crafton, Ben Rhodes, Zane Smith, Christian Eckes, Brett Moffitt, Derek Krause, and Todd Gilliland. Next race for the Cup Series, Ryan's already said it. It is Michigan. It's a doubleheader. Saturday, it's at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern for the Firekeepers Casino 400 on NBCSN. And then right back at it on Sunday at 4:30 p.m. I hate these late starts, Ryan.
I do too.
Michigan does not have lights, correct?
No, they do not.
It's so dumb.
Yep.
Ryan, what's the forecast this weekend in Michigan?
From what the guy on Fox 2 said this morning, or this evening, no rain until I would say Monday. He said.
Let me change this up a little bit, Ryan.
Yeah, go ahead.
This time of year,
what time by the way, real quickly, trucks tomorrow 6 p.m. FS1.
I was gonna get there, but
Oh, never mind. I jumped the gun. Sunday is mostly sunny, 87. Saturday, sunny and 83.
So, answer me this.
Okay, I'll
Michigan
answer.
this time of year, what time does it get dark?
8:30. Well, what do we got here? 8:26 right now. There's still light out there, so about 8:45.
All right, because I know you guys are way more north than I am naturally,
Yeah.
and it's still. I mean, you definitely could be racing right now, the way you're looking outside. But you guys, it's probably a little bit more sunny, a little bit more light out.
Do you remember the June race last year that got rained out on Sunday? They ran it because everybody's like, "Oh, there's rumors."
They ran it
going
on
around."
Monday, and they ended in the twilight. Yes, I remember that.
It started at 5 p.m. and it got over about 8.
So dumb.
8:15.
So dumb. Let's keep starting these races at tracks without lights real late in the day. That's smart.
Yep.
It pisses me off. Anyway,
But
the Sunday
good
race,
thing
4:30
is-
p.m.
The good thing is, yeah, Sunday. They're expecting no rain.
Yeah, and that race is at 4:30 p.m. Eastern on NBCSN. Xfinity Series here in action from Road America this weekend. They are
Early
at
start.
12 o'clock p.m. Eastern, and this does not tell me the race here. It is NBCSN. And the Truck Series, as Ryan said, they are on
FS1.
Friday, tomorrow, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern on FS1.
My problem is the Road America races and the Xfinity race last a long time.
That's why they're starting at 12.
Yeah.
That's what time some of these cup races should be starting.
Yep, 11 a.m. start in Wisconsin.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. I remember the day back in the days, good old days. CBS Sports welcomes you to NASCAR. It's 12 o'clock. I remember the Michigan races. One started at 12 and the other one started at 1. I'm like, holy cow. Yeah. Granted, we didn't get home until 10 or 11 o'clock still because that's the traffic was. And yeah.
All right. Let's get into some news, Ryan, because we got a ton of it this week. Let's go to some tire rub.
Left side. Coolest left fender out, left side.
Tire rub, as I just said, is when we go over the news of the week. And Ryan, I hope you're ready for some math here.
All right, we got math.
Because NASCAR has announced some changes, okay?
And Tony knows I'm not good at math if he's still in the chat. So.
First change is one that I absolutely love. The choose rule has been implemented for all races except for the super speedway races and the road courses, which is awesome. This goes into effect this weekend at Michigan. As y'all know, the choose rule on the last pace lap of the caution lap, drivers can choose which lane they want to be in. So let's say that the top 4 guys want to start on the outside. Well, 5th place can come on the inside and start on the front row. Like, I love that.
You start in second.
It just brings so much joy to, so much interest into interesting things.
And the best part too about that, I was listening to Byron's scanner. By the way, I ended up purchasing it like I knew I was going to. That thing is awesome. Thank you, AJ, for pointing that out. By the way, buddy, at the All-Star race, Tab Boy gets on. This is the lap you have to choose where you want to be. And Byron comes on. He's like, let me know where the majority of the guys take. I'll take the opposite. And Tab comes on the race. He's like, that's a good call.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. So we don't really need an introduction or an explanation of what that is. Here's where I'm lost. Okay. In addition, I'm quoting this from NASCAR's release today. In addition, beginning with the Daytona Road Course event, NASCAR will now use 3 competition-based performance metrics to determine the starting lineup, including the Busch Pole Award and the NASCAR Cup Series Cosmetic Gas Pole Award, Gander RV Outdoors Truck Series, blah, 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 blah. NASCAR will reward both season-long and single-race performance to determine the lineup and pit selection, using owner points, position, and the finish and fastest lap from the most recently completed race. The metrics will be weighted at an average to establish the starting order. Here's where I'm confused. Points position will be weighted at 35%, finishing position at 50%, and fastest race lap at 15%. Holy hell.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm glad we can kind of determine this from post-race analysis of what the next starting lineup's going to be, because that's more math than I really want to do to determine that. But just tell me where my guy lines up, and
Yeah.
I'm good with it. I saw Brad Keselowski, I think it was Brad Keselowski or Joey Logano. One of the Penske guys said that this is a more fair way to do it. So I can only take their word for it, because I'm confused by it.
Yeah, I'm very confused. Hold on one second. Go ahead.
You're all good there. I'm confused by that, and
likewise, I'm very confused by it, and it's like
some math and things like that I don't want to do. So just tell me what the lineup is for the next week's race, and I'll relay the message.
Exactly.
NASCAR has now announced the remainder of their schedule. So, and I already closed it up. So, Ryan said it earlier. It goes after this, the Daytona Road Course, then a doubleheader at Dover, and then back to Daytona for the final race before the playoffs, the cutoff race. Then you go to Darlington, Richmond, Bristol.
For your first 3 of the playoffs.
Yep. Then it's Las Vegas, Talladega, and Kansas. And then Texas, Martinsville, and your finale in Phoenix. And Martinsville hosting the Xfinity Series is very cool.
Yes, and then the trucks are at Darlington. That's the new one, too.
Yes, and trucks have been added to Darlington, and I think it was Austin Hill already posted his throwback scheme.
Yes.
Which was to Jimmy Johnson. Austin Hill. Brett Moffitt, right?
Yes, Moffitt. Yes, Moffitt did. Yeah. And I think that's so cool to see the trucks at Darlington. I think that's going to be one hell of a race.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's going to be a pretty fun one.
The trucks normally put on a good race anyway, so.
Correct. And it's going to be really cool to see them there at Darlington. Bob Levine is moving on now, has sold Levine Family Racing. This is their final season. They're going to do the conclusion of this season, and that's it. And you can make whatever assumption you want to on some ties with the other teams out there and all that. Just we're losing a longtime member of the sport, and it's pretty sad.
Yes.
With that being said, it leaves Christopher Bell up in the air. And with that being said, I'll report on Race Hub earlier today. A little breaking news for you. Sort of. It was
breaking news
at 6:09. You want to just play the sound and we'll ask questions later?
Yeah, breaking news.
All right, breaking news. We don't get to play it that much, so might as well do it here.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Eric Jones will not be returning to Joe Gibbs Racing in 2021, as reported on Race Hub earlier today. Which I can only assume, and this is just based on my opinion, and I've already tweeted it out today, so you know I'm not taking this from anywhere else or anything like that. I believe that Christopher Bell moves from the 95 to the 20. That being said, leaving the 48 open, because Jimmy Johnson's retiring, I think Eric Jones goes to the 48. That leaves, and I'm going to come in here with Brad Keselowski extending at Penske this week. That was some big news.
Say how many years that was? Because I haven't seen how many years that extension was for Brad at Penske.
Penske is very quiet on those kinds of things. I have noticed, because no one really knew that this was Brad's last year until late last year, early this year.
That was late last year.
So Penske kind of keeps those things sealed on how long these deals are. But that's one big name in the silly season off. So, Bubba Wallace, it's been rumored this week, that could be going to Chip Ganassi. But then Richard Petty Motorsports countered with a partial ownership position for Bubba. So, I think Bubba stays in the 43.
I think so too. With what's happened this year, I hope Bubba does stay in the 43.
That leaves the 42 open, which I think Chastain takes over the 42. And I'm not going to say anything for anywhere else because I don't know what the contract situations are. I just think you need to keep an eye on Stewart Haas Racing in the off season.
I think there's going to be major changes there.
Yep, I'm not name dropping anything for who I think's going where, because like I said, I don't know what contracts are going to be up and who's coming back and who's not. When that time comes, I'll tell you who I think will fill those positions if they even become available. But I was talking to Ryan about this yesterday, just in a text message chain, that I think there could be some big changes there, and it's just completely my opinion. It's not based on any fact. So
yeah, I'm me personally, like you said, AJ. This, with the whole Eric Jones not re-signing at Gibbs, this has the whole door open for him to go to the 48. I honestly hope it doesn't happen.
Give Eric Jones a fresh start. I saw a tweet earlier that I kind of agree with. This has a lot of Joey Logano career resurrection vibes to it, with the switch from coming from Joe Gibbs to Penske.
Yep.
Not saying that he didn't perform well at Joe Gibbs. 2 wins in 4 seasons, 5 seasons.
I thought it was 4 seasons. Yeah.
It kind of shadows Joey Logano's career in the 20. Maybe it could be good for him if he goes to the 48.
Note to self: if you're a young driver, do not go to the 20 car.
Yeah, well, tell Christopher Bell that, who's probably going to be there next year.
That the handwriting's on the wall for Bell to be in that car. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I'd feel about Eric Jones in the 48. I mean,
it's weird because Jones has been a Toyota driver his entire career, so it's definitely something way different than what any of us are used to with that. But
yeah, like I said, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how I would feel about that. I don't know. Maybe, you got to think what drivers are going to retire at the end of this year besides Jimmy. There might be another guy that retires.
Yeah, I mean, and you're kind of leading towards my point of the whole where I think the Stewart Haas direction is going.
Yep.
And I'll just say I think Boyer might be closer to the booth than anyone thinks. And like I said, this is just an opinion. I think you could see Boyer go to the booth and someone step in for that 14 who Tony Stewart's had his eye on for a while. So.
A long time.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, that's just what I think about it. I don't.
But yeah, like I said, because Boyer said he wants to continue to drive the 14 car, but I think he is closer to that booth like any Xfinity race that when Fox was doing their broadcast.
Let me put it this way. I think that Clint Boyer is closer to going to the booth than Kevin Harvick is.
Oh, I think Harvick's got a lot left in that tank.
Yeah.
I mean,
don't know why. I always get like Mark Martin vibes from Kevin Harvick. Like he's gonna be racing a while.
What was wrong with Mark Martin vibes?
No, nothing. Nothing. I'm just saying, like, I get those, like, he's gonna keep driving until the sponsorship runs out and all that.
Yep. And I don't know if I'd mentioned it before, but if anybody didn't check out the Dale Jr. download with Mark Martin on there, that was the other than the Ken Schrader one, I definitely enjoyed the Ken Schrader one, but the Mark Martin one was awesome.
I listened to the Robbie Gordon one last week, and that was a good one.
Yeah, I like the fact though that that Mark Martin, he was driving the 6 car, and then he went to DEI, and then Rick Hendrick starts talking to him and all that, and how he got to be in the 5 car, and he only wanted to run select few races, but then Rick, he's like, I'll run 3 years all year.
And then Mark Martin was a GoDaddy driver.
Yep. I was so mad. I was so mad when they took Gustafson away from him. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But he even said he didn't want to win a championship. He was happy with how he was. He just wanted to see if he could win. Well, he won Phoenix. He wins Darlington. He won Michigan. It was like 07. The 07 win at Michigan was probably one of my greatest races I've ever been to. Dad's last race.
You sure that was 2007?
Weekend. June Father's Day weekend with Dad and my brother, and to see Mark win was awesome. And then obviously the junior win still.
Are you sure that was 2007, Ryan?
I thought it was 2007.
I want to say that was like 2010.
2007. Yes.
That was
I'll
20.
check.
That's 2011.
You sure it was 2011?
I believe it was 2011.
All right.
Wait a minute.
You go ahead.
Hold on.
And then
I'm looking. Hold on. It was 2009. I'm looking through this now because now you got me wondering. Now you really got me wondering.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a website too to find it. So
hang on.
here we go.
Chevrolet, Hendrick, Mark Martin.
2000s. No, it wasn't 2007. It was
I'm scrolling through this really quickly now. You're just gonna have to bear with us.
2009.
Okay, so it was 2009. All right.
Yep. I was close. I said 7. I
No, because like I remember the COT was the car that he was winning in, and 2007 they were just introducing it for a select few races. It wasn't the whole schedule.
Yep. And then it was 2000. It was 2009. Yep.
In
That was Dad's last race.
2007, Mark was still in the 8 car, had that close finish at Daytona, and yeah.
Oh, that's why I remember 2007, because August was Sean's first race out there, and they didn't run until Tuesday.
Jeez.
Yep, and that's when Kurt Busch won in the Blue Deuce.
Last news article I have here is Rick Ware racing to compete in the Indianapolis 500 with Dale Coyne Racing.
Yeah, Dale Coyne. Yep.
So Rick Ware just keeps finding their ways in every form of racing now.
Did you hear the news too about Cole Pern? He's going to be crew chiefing Connor Daly at the Indy 500.
Yes, Cole Pern finding his way back into racing himself. I love it.
Maybe he grew up idolizing open wheel more than he did a stock car.
Hey,
so
never know. All right, social media, Ryan. Social media update this week. As I'm looking at the news announcements, about to read those again. Social media update. We are up to 2,150 downloads on Podbean, iTunes, and Stitcher. 334 followers on Twitter. 80 likes on Facebook. And 24 subscribers on YouTube. New follower shoutouts this week include NASCAR Brawl at NASCAR Brawl. American Patriot at Old Race Car Lover. We have Nick at Nicorettes. Good name. And that's it. That's it for this week.
thank you for the shout outs, follows.
Yes, thank you for the follows. Podcast shoutouts this week include the Lap Traffic Podcast, the PTM Racing Podcast, 3 Wide NASCAR Podcast, the Final Lap Weekly, and don't forget about the 27 Ounce Podcast that a good friend of mine has started up. Some places you can find us on Podbean, iTunes, and Stitcher, and YouTube. In your search bar, the Loose Lugs Podcast. Make sure you subscribe, follow, turn on your notification bells. This way you get notified every time we upload new content, and so you can hear Ryan say the
ding, ding, ding,
right in your ear, just whispering it.
Oh yeah, baby.
That could be the Ryan's Rant sound clip.
Oh heck yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah.
I'm flustered now.
I know.
On Twitter, we are at Lugs Podcast. You can tweet us about the show using the hashtag LugsPod. And on Facebook, in your search bar, the Loose Lugs Podcast. Personal Twitter accounts myself is at Grey Goose F150. And Ryan?
Rencola 88.
All right, my ranter. Go ahead.
All right, guys. Hopefully everybody's been doing well since we've been away a little while. Wanted to take this time to personally think that, I don't know if I'm pretty sure the majority of you watched it, but 4th of July weekend, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, IndyCar, NASCAR coming together. I watched both the Xfinity and the IndyCar race on the road course. Thought both races were pretty well good for the most part. You will see this next year. 3 races. Indy again, the Charlotte Roval, in Richmond, you'll have IndyCar, NASCAR weekend at all three of those tracks right there. In my eyes, you will see it. I may be wrong. I may be right. But I'm just telling you right now, the viewerships for both those events were great. We saw some great racing. The Indy guys enjoyed the Cup guys. The Cup guys enjoyed hanging out with the Indy guys. James Hinchcliffe was working for NBC, and he was there with Dale Jarrett. They were watching both races. It was cool to see. Why hasn't it taken till this year, 2020, for these two series to come together? It should have been done a long time ago. I understand that you got diehard IndyCar fans that don't want anything to do with NASCAR. NASCAR don't want anything to do with IndyCar. I think it's time, to come together, and this is what we're going to get. Like I said, I enjoyed both of them. I was up in Houghton Lake watching both of them with my in-laws and the love man Logan, and just it was an overall great weekend.
Yeah, it was a good one indeed.
But do you think that will happen, AJ?
As nice as it would be, no. You wouldn't have a Cup Series race and an IndyCar race on the same day because it'd just be
like a Saturday Sunday.
You could probably do a Saturday Sunday. I think that would be pretty.
And then
good.
Here's what the thing is: if you want, like for example, maybe Richmond. Okay, Saturday night, the Cup guys will go Saturday night. IndyCar guys will go Sunday afternoon. Charlotte Roval, maybe IndyCar Saturday, Cup Sunday. They probably figure a way to work it out, get it in so where everybody's happy either way. So
yeah,
I think they would do an awesome ticket package deal too. 2 tickets for both races, X amount of dollars. Okay, cool. Throw camping in there. Let's go.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right, ready for some white flag?
Yes.
Oh, jeez, I can't find it. There it is.
In line with you, coming to the white.
All right. First show back in like 2 months, man.
Oh, yeah.
White flag is when we give you our predictions for the race weekend this weekend from Michigan for the trucks and Cup, Road America for Xfinity. Last time we did this, we split Pocono. So I lead 28-18. I will go first this week. Ryan, in the truck series, I'm going with Zane Smith.
Oh, you took the guy I was going to pick. Give me Brett Moffitt.
Brett Moffitt. In the Xfinity series for Road America, Ryan, I think it's an obvious choice. I'm going Austin Cindric.
I'll go Chase Briscoe.
The two classes of the field.
Yeah.
Quick Cup Series rundown for the starting lineup. Logano on pole, Hamlin starting outside, Harvick, Almirola, Keselowski, Bowman, Busch, Elliott, and Bowyer, Kurt Busch round out your top 10. Looking back deeper in the field, you've got Stenhouse starting 32nd, Bell 29th, Quinn Half starting 25th. That's
nice.
Pretty high up for him. Did we talk about Quinn Half and his stupidity?
Yes, we did.
Ago?
Yes, we did. It was it was because it was at Texas, and that was the last one we did right before the Pocono doubleheader.
Yeah, he's an idiot. That was. I'm letting my fandom take over there.
Oh yeah.
Jimmy's starting 17th, Byron 19th, Bubba 24th, Newman 13th. I'm just throwing out names now.
All right.
First one, I'm going with Chase Elliott.
All right. Give me the 22.
Second one, I'm going Kevin Harvick.
I knew you were going to do that. Give me Denny Hamlin.
That's just the way this year's going. I'm taking the 21, Matt DiBenedetto, for my sleeper.
24.
24.
I'm telling you right now, by some miracle, fans aren't allowed there. The 24 is going to find his way in victory lane.
It would be just your luck, my friend.
And by the way, I'm contemplating going out there maybe Saturday just to hear the sound.
Hanging out, just looking at the track going, Oh, I miss you.
Yep.
Whispering sweet nothings to the Michigan International Speedway sign out front.
Yep. Well, everybody on my Facebook page and like my Michigan International Speedway group. There's the infield group. They're like, man, let's all go camping out there still. There ain't nothing saying that we can't camp.
You're nuts, man. You're nuts.
I know, but I'm gonna sit at home and watch it on TV.
That's what you should do, man. Enjoy it with the family. Hey, watch it with Logan.
Oh, Logan will watch it.
Pretty big NASCAR fan. Can you tell yet?
Oh yeah. Because anytime we go upstairs, I'll take him upstairs to bed, and I showed you how I got the cars all up on the wall going upstairs. I actually bought a Kyle Busch one, my first one. It is the Interstate Berries one because I enjoyed that car. I've always enjoyed it, even when Bobby Labonte ran it. But anyways, Logan always tries to grab the cars and goes zoom zoom. I'm like, that's right.
Ryan, that's how I want to end the show. Go ahead, hit him with it.
Guys, I wish I was seeing you out at Michigan International Speedway this weekend, but guys, in due time, we will see you at the track. Enjoy the double dip at MIS.
Glad to be back. We might be here next week. Who knows? It all depends on the schedule. Such thanks to everyone who came out tonight, talked to us in the chat. Thanks to everyone who tuned in live. Thank you to everyone who downloads this podcast on Podbean, iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube. Michigan doubleheader, Road America, trucks there too. Let's get it. See you next week. We're out.